So it's Science Week. This is a great opportunity for doing a little bit extra science learning with your kids. Helpfully, there's a series of booklets available for free download on the Science Week website that's appropriate for a whole range of ages, from early years to primary and even beyond. This year's theme is connections, which is a very central concept to science learning, and so all the activities can be adapted into a variety of different ways, so you're bound to find something that you can do with your child. I considered the activities from the early years and primary booklets in order to meet the needs of my kids, because I need to cover the ages between 3 and 7. But fortunately there are many similar activities between these two booklets. They can be extended and joined together, and they suit our needs brilliantly. In the rest of this video I'll detail what we did, so if that sounds interesting to you, please hit that subscribe button for similar content in the future, and let's get on to it. Our first activity is to do with the fruit and vegetables journey, from field to fork. These activities are in both packs, and that's why we selected this. We looked at the fruit and vegetables that we have in our house, and also in our play kitchen. We discussed the different ways that they could be sorted. We could order them by size, look at their colour, look at whether they're a fruit or a vegetable. This activity helped the children to make observations and comparisons between different items. It's also brilliant for language development. We regularly plant seeds throughout the spring and summer as we grow many of our own vegetables at home, so this looks brilliantly with this activity. We regularly plant seeds throughout the spring and summer as we grow many of our own vegetables at home, and this links brilliantly with this activity. However, this year March has been really cold, and it's held us back a bit. We're only just beginning some of our indoor planting because of this. We've even had snow this week. But planting our own seeds was perfect for this activity. Many seeds can be grown indoors too, either to start with or completely. The easiest for this would be cress, or maybe a bean. Cress gives results very quickly, and you can add them to your normal sandwich once they're grown. Kids will really enjoy doing this. We also looked at the worksheet that came with this. It was on the free download. My eldest could order it very quickly. My youngest took a bit longer. We talked about each stage quite a lot. Looked at the phases of the moon and lots of nighttime observations. If you have young ones like I do, they may not have been out in the dark very much. They may even be a bit nervous of it. This activity I found really helped my youngest with this. He saw it as a bit of a nighttime science adventure. We made the phases of the moon spinner from the template and talked about the moon and how it looks different at different times of the month. We read some books and even watched some clips, CBeebies. We also went outside. Could we see the moon? What else can we see at night? We talked about stars, nighttime creatures, and introduced the word nocturnal. To help reinforce this, I set up a nighttime tough tray with models of these creatures, glow-in-the-dark moons and stars, and torches, as well as a sand tray to help make the phases of the moon in sand. My eldest enjoyed making the different phases of the moon and shining the torch onto the tray, making the moon reflect the light just like it does in real life. To help reinforce this, I set up a nighttime tough tray with models of these creatures, glow-in-the-dark moons and stars, and torches. When we went outside, we looked around our local area to see what we could spot at night. The kids loved walking around with their torches and talking about how things look different in the dark. We took another look at the moon and discussed the phase in which it was in at the moment, as well as any stars we could spot in the night sky. We were even lucky enough to spot a fox outside. We all enjoyed it, and it was quite an adventure, returning home for hot chocolate to warm up before bed. Activity 3, Nature Detectives. Anyone who already knows us knows that we love to spend time outside exploring together as a family. So we went out looking for signs of spring. We went armed with our binoculars and the Curious Kids 101 Spring Nature Hunt flashcards in the bound pack format, as well as a set of Go Find It cards. The Go Find It cards are great for exploring the different senses as well as expanding vocabulary while you're outside. They're great fun and can be taken just about anywhere. It's a good way of getting children out even on a cold, wet day. My youngest loves to take a bucket or an egg box or a bag to an outdoor area and fill it with whatever looks interesting. This little one loves a pine cone or a feather. Then we'll begin to discuss to really add value to the experience. But of course there are many things that you shouldn't collect. Birds, flowers, mini beasts are all brilliant to observe, but shouldn't be removed from their natural environment. To identify these, the Curious Kids Spring Nature Hunt flashcards are ideal. These handy pocket-sized flashcards are ring-bound, so they can be quickly grabbed as you head out with your family. Help the kids enjoy outdoor learning as they learn to identify spring flowers, birds, weather, and mini beasts. The pack features real photos of nature, so it's perfect for anyone supporting a Montessori approach to learning. But of course there are many things that you shouldn't collect. Birds, flowers, mini beasts are all brilliant to observe, but shouldn't be removed from their natural environment. To identify these, the Curious Kids Spring Nature Hunt flashcards are ideal. These handy pocket-sized flashcards are ring-bound, so they can be quickly grabbed as you head out with your family. Help the kids enjoy outdoor learning as they learn to identify spring flowers, birds, weather, and mini beasts. The pack features real photos of nature, so it's perfect for anyone supporting a Montessori approach to learning.